On the agenda today, we just have one main thing, the essay. Okay, so today is all about the essay. We're going to meet the essay, and we're going to go over my ESAT's essay formula for success. Well, first of all, how does it all work? Here's how. The essay will always be the first thing you do when you sit down to take the test. It's the first section, after all. You will be given one topic to write on, just one. Although you have no idea what the prompt is going in beforehand, you do know that it's always going to be a very general and very broad prompt. The prompt will ask you to pick between two sides of an argument and defend your stance. You will be given 2 line pages to write your essay on, so that means your essay can only be 2 pages long at most. You, however, should aim to write at least 1.5 pages. And I hope you guys are taking notes, because I want you to remember that you definitely want to get as close as you can to filling up the whole 2 pages. And your next question might be, so how important is the essay? The answer? The essay is significant. For example, if the writing section were the Jonas Brothers, the essay would be like Nick Jonas. It's 1/3 of your total writing score, and it's the third that does all the writing. That means that 260 points of your score are dedicated solely to your essay. 260 points is kind of a big deal, so it's not something you can blow off and hope that other parts of your exam can carry you. Just like you can't have a pop boy band with only 2 brothers, you also can't do well in the writing section if you don't invest in your essay. So yes, the essay is important, and it's important for every test taker to hone their essay skills. And how is essay scored? And how is it fair? How do you know graders are going to give you the score that you really deserve? Well, simmer down, because they do have a pretty fair system in place. The SAT essay is scored out of a total of 12 points. You get 2 different readers, who will each give you a score from 1 through 6. The 2 scores are then added together in order to get your final essay score. If the 2 readers give you a score that is more than 1 point off, the essay then goes to a 3rd reader. And who's reading your essays? Well, the SAT readers have to have a good amount of experience teaching and grading writing. So, therefore, they're primarily high school and college English teachers, a lot like maybe your English teacher. These English teachers then go through a ton of training to become approved to be an SAT reader. They only get approved after they can correctly grade a significant number of essays. Although, yes, people are people, and of course, there is some room for human variance. But the criteria for scoring is so tightly defined that it's actually very unlikely that your essay score would have been more than a point different had you gotten different readers. Here's an SAT fun fact. On average, a reader will spend only 3 minutes reading your essay before scoring you. 3 minutes! That's shorter than your average music video. So next time when you're humming along to Drake's newest single, think about how short 3 minutes really is. And then think to yourself, readers are not spending a lot of time reading your essay. That's why it's even more important to wow them clearly and quickly. Here's another question. Can colleges see the actual essay that you wrote on test day? And what about the hilarious cartoon you also drew in the corner? Well, you might want to hold off on the doodles because yes, by golly, they sure can. Your essay is going to be scanned into College Board's database. And then, every school you submit your scores to is going to be able to view and download your essay if they want to. Whether or not colleges choose to use this, or how much they use it, is completely up to them, and it can vary from college to college. But it's valuable to note to yourself, you might want to hold off on lettering "I hate school" in the margin or stenciling Mrs. Efron surrounded by a row of hearts. The next question you might have burning in your head is, how long do I have to write this essay? Well, I have some good news and some bad news for you. The bad news is that you only have 25 minutes to write a whole essay, so that means you're going to be pressed for time. The good news? Well, the good news is that you only have 25 minutes to write a whole essay, so graders aren't looking for anything near perfect. They know that you and everyone else sitting next to you will be lucky to squeeze out a decent first draft at best. And because of that, you can get away with a few errors and even some sloppiness that you probably couldn't get away with had you been given more time. So yes, that's right. You aren't looking to battle down Shakespeare. Instead, maybe just showing down the scared-looking kid sitting across from you is good enough. Okay, and the last question we're going to go over right now is, what exactly are you going to be graded on? Luckily, the criteria for what a grader is looking for is very clearly defined. I mean, they train the graders to look for certain things, right? So we already know what every grader is going to be looking for. There are 4 main things that they're going to be looking for, and we're going to go over them right now. I hope you guys are taking notes here. This is pretty important stuff. Okay, so the first thing is essay structure. Graders want to know if you can organize all your ideas into the conventional essay structure. Can you write an organized essay? Organization is so important on the SAT that it's more critical than ER patients. When readers have only 3 minutes on average to read your essay, essay structure is the first and most immediate thing that they notice. Before readers have time to get all comfy and cozy with the nitty-gritty of your deep analysis. It's really your essay organization that will jump out and smack them in the face. Therefore, it's super important for your essay to be well organized in order to earn a top score. The second thing that they're looking for is the number and depth of your examples. So this means, how many examples do you have and how well written are your examples? Okay, so I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Yes, there are magic numbers. For the SAT, you should have 2 or 3 examples in your essay. 2 and 3 are just the magic numbers here. It's like Goldilocks trying all these different things. 2 to 3 are just the perfect balance. Any less, and readers start wondering if you have trouble coming up with any ideas. And any more, and each example gets less developed because you just run out of time. The third thing that graders are looking for is sentence variety and structure. So this is the way you express yourself, what kind of words you use, and how complex and varied your sentences are. So kind of like how rappers front with their bling, readers want to see your style and swagger through your sentence flow and variety. Think of throwing sexy vocab words and complex sentences as literary bling. You should dazzle your readers with how sophisticated, intelligent, and well-versed you can sound. The last thing that readers are looking for is grammar. Good grammar shows that you are a master of the English language. Readers want to know that you know how to write properly. So take control of your language and make sure your essay always obeys proper grammar. So those are the 4 things that graders are looking for, and I hope you wrote them down. The first one is essay structure. The second is the number and depth of your example. And remember, you want 2 or 3. Third is sentence variety and structure. And lastly, 4th is grammar. All of these 4 things are important, and with practice, I know you can ace all 4 of them.